Hello, everyone. Uh, Welcome to the another episode of Product Management Interview Experience. My name is Sugat, and I'm a product manager at Meta, and I create content related to product management, interview experience, and career. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to check some of my previous videos where I've covered interview experiences of companies like PayPal, Google, and Microsoft. And in today's episode, we have Sumitra, who is a product manager at Microsoft. Welcome, Sumitra.
Thank you, Sugat. Thanks for hosting me.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for part of this episode. Folks, today we're gonna be talking a lot of interesting insights and especially about Sumitra, who transitioned her journey from software developer to a product manager. Would also deep dive into her experience, what were the different paths she took to land into product management. Without any further ado, let's get started. Sumitra, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure, Sugat. Hi, everyone. My name is Sumitra, and I work as a product manager at Microsoft. It's been a couple of years for me as a product manager at Microsoft, and I currently work in the OneDrive and SharePoint team. Previous to Microsoft, I was with Visa for 6 years. I joined Visa as a software engineer, and I grew to a senior software engineer role there. Because of my interest aligning more towards the business side of things, I decided that I wanted to pursue a product management role. And I gained the relevant experience for making this transition into a product management by exploring different paths, such as doing certifications, shadowing my other product managers in the org, and also doing a bit of freelancing. And fortunately, I landed a job at Microsoft as a product manager. The journey has been great so far. It's a great learning experience, and I'm so excited to be here to share my learnings with all of you.
Awesome, and I'm already very curious. I think the things which you already shared in intros, like different product certification, freelancing. So tell us more about that, right? When you were working as a software developer, uh, what were the few of the certifications you considered and how it eventually helped you in breaking into product manager?
Oh, sure, definitely. So let me give you a bit of a background about why it's important to gain this product management experience to pivot into a different role when you're in a completely technical role. So when I was in that position in my career, based on my research, I understood about the different aspects of product management, not just theoretically about what are the skill sets that's required for product management role, but I also spoke to a lot of product managers in my current org who are doing different kinds of product management styles, such as being a technically deep product manager, or someone who's very much focused on customer side of things, or someone who solely drives the product marketing aspects of different kinds of products that each company has. So getting to know product managers who work in different kind of domains and understanding their day-to-day activities help me get clarity into the necessary skill sets that's required for me to pivot into this role. So based on that, I did my research into how to get that experience. I decided to go for product school certification mainly because of three reasons. One, it had a long case study as to delivering a product from end to end, from scratch to the delivery of the product in a 4 to 8 week window. So I felt that during that cycle, it helps me give a flavor into different aspects of it, and I can learn theoretically about different styles of product management in there. Additionally, it also has a comprehensive set of tools and resources that can help you actually get the jobs in product management, which I think is very important for someone who's looking to transition into the PM field in itself. So, Product School gives you the jobs portal where you can connect with different recruiters who are searching for PMs, who are in their early career stages, or someone wanting to transition into a PM role. So those set of resources comes in with your certification, which has really helped me to move into the product management role. So and the other additional thing is also the flexibility of the online certification. So product school is one school, I believe. It gives you the flexibility to finish your um, a case study entirely at your comfort and convenience, as well as reaching out to different people to make sure that you deliver the product at the end well. So that's also one of the reasons why I felt product school certification is one that suited my needs at that point of time. Nevertheless, I think there are other certifications that's offered by business schools in India, like the IAM XX certification or the ISB Pro certification that gives you that essence of what a product management is. So I think it's important to uh, suit your needs at that point of time to decide like what's the perfect certification for you, and it also comes with a lot of opportunity cost that comes in gaining this certification. So it's wise to choose that based on the stage of your career you are in and what is that you're gaining out of these certifications that you're aspired to do.
Got it. I just have a one follow-up questions which was coming to my mind when you were talking about this is like, why certification, right? I mean, to pivot
Mhm.
into product management, there can be different various ways. I'm sure you might talk about those things, but why specifically certification if you want to emphasize on that point?
Oh, sure, definitely. So, to pivot into product management, the goal is to get the product management experience. And I thought about like, how do you get the product management experience? Of course, you can talk to your other product managers, get insights into their day-to-day lives and activities. You can read a lot of PMing books that can help you know about the role and the transition and all of it. But how do you get that practical experience of actually working on a product? So, the most straightforward or the easiest way is to get a certification that has product case studies that can
Hmm.
help you ease into getting the practical experience. That's like the low hanging fruit that you can take to get the practical experience. And of course, the second route would be to reach out to people in your current org, asking them for opportunities where you can actually work on certain live products with other product managers to gain that. So I decided to go for certifications because, like I mentioned, it's an easy target for me. It's a low hanging fruit that can easily get me that practical experience, which I can in turn apply to the practical experience that I can get from other opportunities that comes along my way to enhance my PMing experience and to show it up in my resume.
Got it. And in terms of credibility, does having this kind of certifications also helps in the resume?
Well, I think it actually depends whether these certifications actually boost your resume or not. But what I personally feel is that these certifications enhances the resume in a way that you actually have knowledge into the PMing aspects of the role, where you will be familiar with the different skill sets that are very crucial for a product manager to be performing in the role, and also about understanding what is launching a product from end to end means. So it kind of gives the hiring managers the confidence that you have knowledge into the different aspects of product management, and you're not a newbie who needs to be uh, given an opportunity to kind of explore different things in product management as such. So just to put it clearly, these certifications actually gives you the skill sets or the experience that is essential for a product manager role, and it gives you that kickstart into going into the role and getting to starting to perform in there. So I think that's how these certifications are helpful, and also the practical experience that you gain in this journey.
Got it. So let's say if a candidate or any aspirant in 2024 have to find out what certifications they need to do, are there any parameters or factors, or based on your research, what are few things that they should evaluate this PM certifications?
Sure, definitely. So if I have to give advice on choosing the right certifications of for anyone who's aspiring to transition into it, there are really three factors that you need to consider. The first is definitely the opportunity cost that comes with different certifications that are out in the market. The second is the duration of the certification. There are certain PM certification that goes on for like 6 months to 1 year to get a full-fledged experience. And there are also certifications like product school that helps you get done the entire thing within 4 to 8 weeks by giving you a high-level view of what it really is. So opportunity cost, duration, and the third thing is about the where exactly are you in your career stage and what is that you're trying to gain out of the certifications. It could be that insights into what a product management role is, such as just exploring to see if it is your right fit, or you're really passionate about wanting to make this switch and finding this as a gateway to get into product management itself. So I think these three are very important factors that anyone needs to think through while choosing a course. And of course, there are very reputed certifications are there in the market that can suit everyone's needs based on the stage of their journey, I feel.
Awesome. Can you expand on that term opportunity cost? What do you meant by that?
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, I did a product school certification, which was around 3 lakhs for an 8 weeks of certification, which is a high opportunity cost. But the return of investment through this certification is that it helps you transition into a product manager role quickly.
Hmm.
How is through two things. One, it gives you the job portal to look for jobs, modify your resume, and get there in the ground applying for it. Two, it gives you the skill set at a high level. So as someone getting into product management, you already have the overview of what all you need to have to be a great product manager. So this is the opportunity cost and the rate of investment that you need to think through when making this decision. And there are also courses like ISP PGP Pro, which is at a very high end value. I'm not sure of the numbers, but it goes for 1 year and it gives you the entire experience like an MBA would give you in a 1 year span of time, and also the job opportunities that can come along with it. But the duration is quite high, and I think the opportunity cost is also the higher end of the spectrum. So, these are the factors that you need to evaluate based on opportunity cost, what's the return of investment, and what is the duration that you need to consider to achieve your goal.
Awesome. And I think one of the another interesting question which I would have in mind or any others would have, are there any eligibility criteria to get into this certification? Like unlike buying courses where you just pay money or buy a subscription and you can watch or those courses, what are the eligibility criteria to get enrolled in this kind of certification?
Well, I think from the certification perspective, there's no eligibility as such that these schools consider. But because in my cohort, when I was doing the product school certification, there were people from arts background. There were people like completely
Hmm.
from social impact background, and they were like folks from different domains and background who are willing to switch into a product management role. So I think one thing that you need to be clear about by going for the certifications that you really want to be a product manager or not, because the people who will be enrolling with you are aspiring product managers, and you will have certain things that you can learn from all of them. So understanding that why you want to become a product manager, I think would be the eligibility to enroll yourself into these certifications. Although the recent certifications out there don't impose it on you, so then you get the maximum returns out of what you're investing in my opinion.
I see. And are there any shortlisting criteria? Like, for example, I let's take an example of ISB product management certifications. Maybe thousands of people would be applying for that. Do all thousands get to be part of this cohort, or they do shortlist interviews? Does it also happen in this kind of certifications?
Okay. So I think ISP PGP Pro, to be frank, I'm not very sure of the
Okay.
shortlisting process about it. But I do think their cohort is around 250 to 300 plus. So there
Wow.
is some kind of shortlisting that goes behind it, but it's definitely not as tedious as the ISB 2-year MBA program, I would say.
And nothing in the product school certification also, which you were part of, right?
No, nothing has sort of in the product school certification as I was a part of, because like I mentioned, there are folks who are already product managers who are coming there to just learn from the latest trends to what product managers in the current phase do, or like in the current companies do just as a learning experience, coming together and sharing the knowledge. So there's no criteria as such for product school certifications.
Cool. I think you already answered my upcoming question, which was about, hey, who should take those certifications? And I think from your answer, it is like everyone who want to understand or do some case studies or practical implementation of product management are welcome to do this kind of certifications.
Yes. So I think for who should do this product management certification, majorly there are like two focused group of people. One is who are aspiring to definitely
Yeah.
change into product management from any backgrounds, but I think the goal is that you want to pivot into product management. And the second category is who are already product managers, but out there wanting to enhance their skill set or to stay in relatable in the current market trends, I feel. So I think these two groups would be the talented ones who can go for these certifications.
And you mentioned it took almost 4 to 8 weeks for you to
Yeah.
complete this certification.
Yeah, there's also flexibility in kind of the duration that product school offers. You can complete it in 4 weeks. There's also a 8 week cohort. You can just expand around it. And there's also a 16 to 24 week cohort that you can join in based on our um, uh, timelines or schedules that you want to like to meet.
Got it. Generally, when we hear this term certifications, right, one thing which always comes in the mind is the exams. Hey, do I have to pass that certification? So, have you seen this kind of exams or any kind of evaluations which are done in to get that final certification?
Yeah, I think you brought out a very good point, I will say. So the reason why I was also focused on doing the product school certification is also with the assessment that comes along with it.
Wow.
So I think
Okay.
it kind of gives you that discipline, I would say, because you're doing in additional to your all the things that's happening in your life, work, managing all the other aspects of life as well. And this exam is something that you have the flexibility to complete it, but it's not something that you can just Google it up and find resources that are theoretically available and apply to get it done. Like you work with your professor who will be a very experienced product manager who will work with you on a weekly basis to sort of help you think through different aspects of product, and everyone has a different solutioning to the product case study that they are building and delivering it to gain the certification. So I think that's a very beautiful or I would say a valuable aspect of this product school certification itself, because there's no right or wrong answer, but it helps you apply the product thinking and deliver the case study. And for obtaining the certification, just personally helped me feel that I have the confidence of going out there, applying for the product manager's job, and also performing well in the role. So I think you need to also look for certifications that have this kind of a case study that gives you that edge into the experience.
Hey, thanks, Sumitra, for explaining in such a detail about all the certification and the practical experience that you gained. But now let's talk about the results and the final impact. How does your certification and all the practical experiences of PMing eventually help you to get that interview call from Microsoft?
For sure, definitely love to talk about this. So I think once I gained the knowledge about the PM role and the core skill sets that's required for the role, I actually fine tuned my resume based on the job application that I'm applying for, highlighting the sort of PMing experience that I have built with the projects that I have worked on, even though it's not the direct product management experience that I have, although it was working with other product managers. I called out the experience that I gained out of these projects, and also elaborated a bit on how it can help me in my product management journey. So it's important to call out certain key terms in your resume. First step is to get your resume shortlisted for these job opportunities. And the second one is also talk about how has these experience will help you to become will help you to be a suitable PM in the role that you're applying for. So I think these two are important aspects that you need to call it out in your resume. First, for the resume to get picked up for the interview, and also talk about all sorts of knowledge that you have with the PM role and why you are a best fit for the role in your interview. So these two skill sets came in handy, but definitely it's not easy way that you go there, your resume gets shortlisted as compared to other PMs out in the market, because you're moving from a software engineer role to a PMing role. So it's important to call the key terms out, describe the experience and the knowledge that you have, and why would you be a suitable role in your application to get it going. So I think these two helped me in my journey.
Awesome. I think we don't want to deep dive into the interview experience part of
Yeah.
Microsoft, but in general, like if you have to give a very high level view, was your interview experience also difficult because you don't have a PM experience, or what were the kind of questions, or they were looking the hiring manager for some of the skill set that you would bring on the table?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I think how I tackled this challenge while transitioning from a software engineering role to PM role is that I practiced a lot of case studies or case assignments to build that a story of explaining to the hiring managers as to what product thinking I can bring in to build the product. Although it's not a real time experience that I had while working on it, so I had worked on a lot of side projects or a lot of case studies personally to build a product thinking experience. So when I was being interviewed and asked about product thinking case studies or different aspects of PM interview questions like the estimation questions or behavior aspects of it, I was able to apply the case study learnings that I had done to answer these sort of questions to build that story. I think that came in handy, and that's an important aspect when you are actually interviewing for these roles without the experience will give you. Work on side projects to gain those stories to explain your product thinking capability, because at the end of the day, the interviewer wants to know how you are applying your product thinking capability, and these side projects that I did and worked on it helped me answer those and tackle this challenge.
And that's it. With this, we come towards the end of the video. I hope folks who are still watching this, you found this video valuable. And if so, please give it a like and share it among your friends and peers. And most importantly, don't forget to hit the subscribe channel, because it does helps in getting some more visibility to the wider audience. Uh, Thanks a lot, Sumitra, again for educating us with your experience and how you went about breaking into product management. Uh, Other folks watching in would definitely feel free to reach out to Sumitra for any sort of help or guidance. She would be more than happy to help you in this journey as well. Uh, Sumitra, thanks a lot again, and see you. Stay tuned for any upcoming videos. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.